Hi Beastie Besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're just joining me for the first time, hi, my name is Angelfish, pronouns they them, and today we are back with another Monster High Skultimate Secrets Destination Oasis doll review. Now, the last one of these dolls that I covered on the channel was Laguna, so if you would like to go check out Miss Laguna's video, be sure to do so. It is on the channel. I will, if I remember to do so, get on my computer and actually put it in the iCard above as well. But the second one I have acquired is Miss Draculaura. Jennifer is out of stock locally for me, so I would have to order her online, and I would prefer not to, so it's probably going to be a bit until I get her, but she's the only one I am missing at this point in time now. Here is Draculaura's barcode for those of you who need it, and without further ado, let's get Miss Thing out of the box. Okay, so here's Draculaura's suitcase. I'm not going to cover the locker in too much detail because I spent a decent chunk of Laguna's video doing that. So if you want more details on the new suitcase locker sculpt, go ahead and go watch that review. But I will show you guys Draculaura's artwork and her little key. I wonder if we were supposed to get these drinks at any point in time during the design process, and they just didn't make it in, but we got Saran hair, so, like, I'm not worried about not having drink accessories for once, but, like, I do wonder, because Laguna has a unique drink, Draculaura has a unique drink up here, and presumably Jennifer does as well. I haven't looked at her stock pics in a while. Please have a good face. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay. I got really lucky because this is the most perfect Draculaura screening that I have seen thus far. Like, oh my god. Girl, you are stunning. Here is her artwork. She's got photos of herself, Laguna, and Jennifer. And they've got little heart hands. That's so fun. Okay, I'm gonna get her out of this card and then we will take a closer look at everything. Alrighty, now before we get into the accessory rundown like usual, here's a look at Draculaura's hotel room. She's got like a gothic dresser going on, some little tapestries of flowers. I believe they're actually like macrame is the technique, that or embroidery. She's got the view of the pool, just like everyone else does. She's got candles, roses, her fan, her sunglasses, a book. A chandelier, some little lamps. Her hotel room isn't as fun as Laguna's, but it is what it is. Now, if you are new to the channel, what I usually like to do once, we get into a Skultimate series or an assortment is the accessory rundown. Now, Draculaura comes with a little corset top, just like everyone else in this line does. Hers is a rose. Nice UV printing there. I don't know if I'm going to put this on her. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but it is cute. She has this purse, which is very, very cute. Again, UV printed deco on the front. It is a nice candy red color, and it's kind of rubbery. She comes with 2 clothing hangers in just the plain black that we have seen in countless other Skultimate releases, as well as with G3 Signature Jennifer, so, it's not that special. It is what it is. She comes with these 2 shelves, which, they slot into the locker like so. Those were a lot tougher to put on than Laguna's. I think mine might be a little defective. That's fine, though. We have a fan for Draculaura, a little hand fan. Everyone comes with a hand fan in this assortment, and I'm so happy about that. That being said, Draculaura's is very subtle. It's just a very pale pink with flower print on it. I think it's sparkly too, but it doesn't really... I'm sorry, my nails are like gross because I need to redo my nail polish, but like... I don't know, this is not my favorite fan. It's kind of meh. And then, of course, she comes with sunglasses because they're at a beach resort. and she's got, you know, little pearlescent pink paint on them, little bead, like chain heart moments for the frames. Very cute. They're like almost like scythes, honestly. It's kind of fun. And then her second pair of shoes, which are just a plain pearl white with bat details and skeletts on the bottom. Very beautiful. Love the sculpting on these. So cute. And of course, her room key is black with each of the different keys, the one to get in, plus the two to get into her suitcases. Now, speaking of her suitcases, this smaller one is a sparkly pink plastic with her skelette as the door, and inside of it came her belt, which is a rubbery material. These belts can be used in a myriad of ways, including fastening the bandana as a halter top. That is a way that you can use them. I have done that with Laguna before. I didn't do it in her video, but I did post pictures of it on my Instagram. Hers came put inside out, which is very sad, so I'm going to have to, like, set that back into place with hot water, but I don't think she's going to wear it. I mean, it's just a matte pink plastic, whereas Laguna's was, like, pearlescent, so this one doesn't feel as special, but she's got, like, the little heart charms, and then she's got a bow, and she's got her first initial in a little Disneyland D font, which is cute, you know. That'd be fun to go to Disneyland with these dolls. I don't know, I haven't been to Disneyland since, like, 2015. I miss it. Then, of course, in her main suitcase, she had these brocade fabric shorts, which have the pattern of, like, bats and flowers and trees woven into them, which is very cool, very pretty. They're just like a pearly white. And yes, brocade is a woven technique. You can tell when you flip it outside. It's not a print. I see people call it print. It's not a print. It is a weave. They actually weave the fibers of the fabric to look like this, which is also why usually they're pretty consistent. Then, of course, she has the cardigan, which is, I have been told, laser cut material now that I know of since Laguna's video, so that is really neat. I love this material texture. It is so fun. Like, you'd think it would be sensory unfriendly, but it's not. It's very, very sensory friendly to me. I enjoy the texture of this very much. And she's got longer, like, almost bell sleeves compared to Laguna, who have little bubble sleeves. And then, of course, we have the fabric bandana. Draculaura's is gorge, with lots of roses and pearls on it. I love this pattern. And, of course, there's little bats going around the outside of it. And her suitcase itself, which you can stack like so, is just the same coffin frame, but in black. And then the door is what changes here. And it has a little vampire heart sculpt on the front, sort of reminiscent of Vampire Heart Draculaura from a couple years ago. I still don't have that doll. She was ridiculously expensive, and I cannot justify paying the current prices for her, because, oh my gosh. But I love this suitcase. And here, for those who care, because this is the second time we're getting Draculaura luggage in G3, is her first suitcase that we ever got with Weekend Getaway. Obviously, different sculpts. This one is meant to hold just her surprises that she came with, and this one is meant to hold a little bit more in it, I guess. Like, this one's unboxing gimmick versus designed for different type of play feature, deluxe gift set stuff. But, you know, Draculaura has all of the luggage. We are getting ever so close to being able to recreate the mountain of suitcases that she took with her to scare us in that movie in G1. Ever so close. That would be a very fun photo shoot idea. I have thought about it before. And now, of course, you thought I'd forgotten about the shoes. I put them on her almost immediately. These are like a sparkly, fuchsia almost, rubbery shoe. got spiderwebs on the platform, little black roses, and they have a gold, like a pink gold shimmer to them. It's very cute. I think it matches the mauve underskirt that she's got, because she's got like the red and then the pink and the mauve. That is her thing, is she's got, I think it matches. Other people seem to disagree. I think they're fine. I actually like these shoes on her better than these so far, but who's to say? I don't know. I was a really big fan of like this base outfit. It's really cute. So Draculaura does, of course, have the new hand peg style. I have been told that this is so it reduces the instances of the hands actually, like, coming off of the peg and, like, breaking, like the older hands used to. So, you know, now that that's been explained, it makes a lot more sense. I was being very critical of it, and then I was like, wait a minute. Now, this outfit is what she comes wearing, minus the shoes. All of the dolls come barefoot, and their shoes are, like, put away in their surprises. She's got, like, a really long chunk of hair right here. Her hair is saran, just like everybody else's in this line. It's very soft right out of box. She's got some dents in it, you know, from packaging, as that tends to happen, and her rooting seems to be pretty good. Laguna's hair is definitely more thickly rooted than this, but Draculaura also has a decent chunk of her hair dedicated to the bangs, so I cannot fault her for that. And this is a gorgeous color choice. It's a very jewel-toned pink, and I love it so much. It almost reminds me of, like, G1 Caddy's hair color, so it is very fun. Now, if I don't knock over the locker, she comes wearing this little, it's not a halter top, but it's kind of a halter top style. It velcros in the back for the collar and for the bodice of it. It's little open back top. It's foil print with roses and spiderwebs and bats. Very cute. And it's got this little pleather collar. And then this little skirt. All of the ghouls in this line come with a 2-layered skirt that's got ruffles on it and like a darker fabric. Laguna's is black with blue and green. Tulle and Draculaura's is mauve with a little pink and ruby overlayer. A lot of people were saying they're not exactly sure what Draculaura's skirt resembles. I personally am interpreting it as rose petals because that's kind of the silhouette that it's giving, just a little bit. Like Laguna's is very mermaidy, Jennifer's is very like floaty and dragony. Draculaura's, it kind of gives me the impression that it's meant to fall like rose petals. Like it's ruched in such a way to where like that's like how flower petals sit. Like it's the different layering of rose petals is what that comes off to me as. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's take a look at your earrings, girl. What are they? Laguna's were her skullets. Yours, if I may zoom in for a moment. I know some people hate it when I do this, but I say taking a closer look for a reason. Is that a little dot of blue paint in there by mistake? It must be. But they are a sparkly pink fabric, and they look like they are little heart tassels with little hearts inside of them. That's very cute. Oh, they're so precious. And then while we're here, her makeup, she's got her black eyebrows, a sort of gunmetal silver eyeshadow, smoky under eye with spiderweb liner underneath, a mauve little birthmark, pale pink to like candy red at her outer creases, and her lips. I cannot tell if they are sparkly or not, but they are very jewel toned, and I am in love with this color. Oh, they are sparkly! Ah, yes, I love a sparkly lip on a doll so much. It is one of my favorite things. So, she's so pretty. I love Jennifer too. I love this whole assortment, but I was going back and forth as to like who I wanted to get after Laguna because I'm like, they're both so good. And I see a lot of people talking trash about Draculaura just because Laguna and Jennifer are like so are done so well. But I think Draculaura, even though she's like the weakest of the line to most people, is still like absolutely fabulous. I love this face so much. And for those who care, I brought her out of her display so that we could do a little screening comparison. One moment, please. The comparison of Skultimate Secrets 1 to Skultimate Secrets 7, oh my gosh. It's so crazy how G3 has evolved. I mean, her eyes have gotten pinker over the years. They're no longer, like, such a harsh purple in them on this release at the very least. Like, oh, I love her. I love this face. It's great. And here's what she looks like with the bandana on her. You do not have to tie it when you're putting it on their head. The Velcro width is just the right amount to put it on, by the way. This part would be so much nicer if it would just fold, like, down. But it doesn't. But, like, I get why the bandanas are the way that they are, because I have tried making tiny bandanas, and there's only so much you can do with them. They are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but, like, this is cute. I like this. I'm going to show you guys how to style the bandana like a top, because I have gotten a few questions about that since Laguna's review, like on other platforms. And people just like generally ask me about that. So I'm going to demonstrate that here in a second. But before I do that, I'm going to see what she looks like in her cardigan and her shorts. Okay, so this is what she looks like. Trying to fit her all in frame is a little bit disastrous because I have a small recording space. But, I mean, the shorts are cute. I really do not like the way that this sits on her. It's not as good compared to Laguna's, so she's not going to wear that. Also, this is what I mean by I say the belt has been... It was stored improperly, and now it is stuck in a position that is not good, because it wants to curl up like that. Anyway, now it is demo time with the bandana, so be right back. Alright, so in order for this to not be super bulky, Draculaura has to be completely topless, so that I can show you. So I apologize for the doll nudity, but in order to turn this bandana into a top, simply take it, center it, make sure you pull all the way back so it is snug. Then wrap one end this way and one end around the other. Pull taut and Velcro in the front. And that is one of the ways that you can put the bandana as a top. You can adjust which way you want it to lay. This also works for Laguna and Genifire as well, because the bandanas are all made of the same fabric. Now let me show you another way that uses the belt, and this is probably why the belts have two closures as well. Alright, so if you want to use the belt, here's another way that you can wrap the bandana. You can pull one side like this, one side like this. Make sure that you're not catching her hair. Oh goodness. And then Velcro in the back once more. And then it's gonna lift a little. So this is why the belt is important. What you're gonna wanna do is pull this down here. Take your belt, and I don't care that it's inside out. Make sure you're pulling it flush with the midsection, and you're going to want to make sure that this furthest clasp hole is done first, which may take a bit of finagling, but the belts are fairly flexible. And you want this to wrap directly around her midriff. This is the same for Laguna and probably Genifire as well. And you clasp it, and that is why the belt has two clasps, because there you go. Now you've got a second top, and you didn't have to try and actually tie anything. It's a lot easier than trying to tie it, because tying the fabric is just a bit of a pain. But that is one very easy way, actually those are two very easy ways to use the bandana as a top. You can also use it as a skirt. I'm not going to show you how to do that, just because it's a little bit more effort and does involve tying knots in places, and I don't want to bother with that because I have dexterity issues, and I have a feeling today is not going to be one of those days where that's going to bode well for me attempting on camera. It's just going to frustrate me. So, like, then you put her glasses on her, and you can put her cardigan on her too, and you'd have a finished look. Well, beasties, that is all the time I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I give Draculaura a solid, I think, 9 out of 10. I'm going to dock points just for the rose bodice. I just don't like it as much in practice as I did in concept. Like, it's cute, I don't like where it sits on her compared to the other corset that, like, Laguna came with. So I'm knocking off a point for that. And also the fan. The fan is not as good as it could be. It's not as vibrant as it could be. Like, the picture shows it as, like, a much more vibrant color. I think it would have been beneficial if it was that much more vibrant color. But other than that, that is all the time I have for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Not sure what the next video is going to be. We'll figure that out later. But thank you all again so much. And until then, bye-bye.